Hi guys, so today I'm going to do something that I've had some questions on as far as the Crafter's Companion Unmounted stamps. So a lot of times they sell these and you might see them and they look really cute, they have great designs, and you don't know how to use them, right? But you know, Sarah does a great job of showing you. Obviously you can mount these on cling foam or on foam, so it's more like a rubber stamp. I do like that this is colored on both sides. Of course you can use the Spectrum Noir, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different, so hopefully you guys will like that. But to get our stamps ready, you are going to cut them away from the rest of the... Now, I guess you don't have to, but it's easier to do that. And first I'm just going to cut it away just to get rid of these words. We have Keep Smiling and Beautiful Soul. And what I normally do with these stamps, and especially if you want to see where it is kind of cut close. Not super close, but close enough to the area. Now, if you're going to put this on cling foam, you would stick it on the foam first. And now you have one piece, right? And you're going to cut around all of it. Now, these are the non-stick Crafter's Companion scissors. Tim Holtz had his little red scissors for basically kind of, well, I didn't say they came out for this reason, but basically because that was what we used to do back in the day, right? We would cut our cling foam mounted stamps if they didn't already come mounted for us. So I kind of stayed away from those things because it wasn't something I really wanted to get into, but red foam, red rubber, just like, you know, the local King or Unity Stamp Company. If you don't know about Unity Stamp Company, oh my gosh. I used to be a member of their monthly program, and it's just a lot after a while. I had a ton of stamps, and they're not inexpensive because, again, they're red rubber and they are cling mounted, so you can put them on your acrylic blocks. But so what I like to do is kind of get close. Of course, it's not going to be this easy. If you have the foam on the back, you're going to be cutting through the foam, right? Right now, since this is just the rubber, it's very easy for me to kind of come through. Again, stay close, but not too close. You don't want to cut into your design. So this is just kind of giving me an idea. So whenever I go to stamp, if I did want to stamp it in a particular spot, I kind of have an idea of where that's going to be, right? So that's the whole thing with red rubber or rubber stamps, is that you can't see through them. So placement's a little more difficult. So I get real close. Oh, this one, see, I started off here and I went even closer over here. So let's do that. I do like that better. Again, so you have a better idea of where you're stamping. But you don't have to be like this. If you want to just make it a square, make it easy if you put on your foam, do that. So this is trash. I guess you could use it for something else, but I don't know what that would be. Okay, so I'm going to use my little Crafter's Companion stamp tool. You can use whatever, obviously precision press, whatever it is that you want. If you mounted this with cling foam, then it would just stick now, right? Because you have that thick of that foam stickiness. But I did not, so I'm going to reach for my pixie spray. And yes, you should spray this outside normally and where you're not going to inhale it and into something else. I had a piece of trash here. What did I do with it? I had a piece of trash. Oh, there it is. I'll put that on here. And usually away from your camera, so I'm going to step away from the camera, but I'm just going to kind of give it a little of that, okay? A little stickiness. You don't have to have pixie spray either. If you want to just put double-sided tape on this thing, then you can stick it to that and that'll help. That'll do it. You don't have to have anything super fancy. And of course you give this a few seconds to dry because that's how it gets rid of that little sticky layer, and now it's going to be sticky. So there we are. It's not going to be sticky otherwise. This stuff does not stick, right? There we go. This is watercolor card. I want to try something different today. So this is from Crafter's Companion. It's from one of the kits. What is up with this lighting? It is a little bit crunchy on one side and really smooth on the other. So I'm going to use the smooth side. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to use this stuff. I doubt it, but that's how I use it. So let's see. This is 4 inches square, right? So let's say I want that as a focal point on a card. I'm going to cut my paper at 4 3/4 just to give it some breathing room. And then I can mount it on like a 5-inch square card or something. I cleaned off my whole tabletop, guys, so I can use the whole table all the way over there, and it is a world of difference. Okay, I'm like, yes, this is good. So what I'm going to do today is use these Arteza real brush pens, it says. So it's a brush. I don't know if I reviewed them for you guys, or maybe when I bought them I might have shown them to you, but I don't know that I tried them out. They're okay. They're starting to dry out on me a little bit, but when we do this, they work great. So what I'm gonna do is pick out some colors, and you know, they're just like this, and they're kind of in colorways. So for me, to be honest, I'm not so much of an artist. This is kind of a pain because it's a lot of colors. But I'm gonna use the black, and I use them as I go along, and I replace them as I go along because that way I don't get mistaken. So I'm gonna put some black down the middle of the body. And this black is super juicy, which is probably not the best thing because for black. And then I'm going to use, like, let's say a hot pink, like this one. We love hot pink, don't we? And we get close to that black, but not really try to bring it in. I don't want that in here. So I'm just using the very side of the brush. I'll show you the brush in a second after we're done, so I can just get to work. But I can see I'm bringing some of that black in. Hey. Maybe I should go this way. That's what I should do. Let me wipe this off. I'm going to get close, and then I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, get this going, and then get the black. Get as close as I can to that. And maybe like a tealish blue. And these are just typical colors that we would do this because the blue and the red can mix together and make like a really pretty purple and then go into purple, right? Or again, orange, yellow, reds, that'd be nice. I keep seeing monarchs recently, so pretty. And let's go into this deeper purple. So again, trying to make sure you're hitting all that. And with these, I still huff on them because I feel like you have to. And I've shown you another way of using these where you stamp it and you do your drawing, your coloring, pull in the color, and then you go through and stamp it on top again with black. But so I am breathing on it just to give it a little something, and I will put it a little bit sideways and try to give it a good stamping. And then what we're going to do is just draw the color out with some water. So you can use a pen, a brush, and you can see it's not perfect, but that's okay because that does not matter. So I'm going to get closer. So you can use a little brush like this. I think this is what Sarah always uses, the little tiny number 6 that's always sold out, but I do have it. And it's not that tiny. It's actually a little bit bigger than you would think. This came with its own water brush, so I think I'm going to try it. I do like sometimes to control the water better with a brush because you can, well, in my opinion, I think you can control it a little easier. But what I'm going to do is go wipe this off. Actually, I'm just going to take it off of here. Yeah, I'm going to wipe it. I was going to say I'm going to wash it, but since there's a little stickiness, this little stickiness will last on there for a long time, so you can keep using it. So I'm going to wipe it off just with a wet towel, and I'm going to fill up this brush. Okay, so this brush is a little bit odd because it opens this way. All right, we're used to righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but it opens this way, and then it tightens that way. I only put like half water because I don't need a lot of water. And I'm just going to give it a little squeeze. You can see the water's kind of coming into the barrel there. And there, it's already there. But we don't want a ton of water. So I'm going to start with like the pink. And you can do this with tons of stamps. And what's really cute is, like, let's say you have one that looks like a wreath type of thing. I saw something like this on AI, one of their videos, Art Impressions. Another great, excuse me, company that. Sorry about that. Like and they came out with some new cute little wreaths, but you know, we have lots of stamps that look like wreaths, right? So you just kind of color in your flowers with the color, and you color the green part with green, and then you come in and you do your detailing. But all you have to do is just come in and kind of pull that color. I'm not squeezing this, it's actually too juicy. I'm going to dry it a little bit. And all you're doing is pulling color into your design. Try not to mess with the lines too much because you want some definition. But I can give it a little squeeze. That's a little bit too dry now. Actually, I kind of like the way the black blends in there. I'm going to write that pink off and kind of bring this in. Now I'm messing with the blue area. And if you don't think it's dark enough, if you have a stamp positioner, just stamp it again right before you do any of this stuff. If it looks too light, like you want your colors a little more vibrant, just stamp it again before you move on to the water. And so I'm just pulling color from the lines. Obviously, that's the only place we have color. I'm just kind of getting it in here, mixing it there. wiping off when I need to. It's pretty moist, but if it's not wet enough, and then I know Sarah always wipes on her hand like that. I'm just kind of wiping on my palm, but however you want to get rid of some of the water, do that. And then if you need to turn this, obviously turn your work. As you can see, this is way more purple in this area, so I'm able to catch more color to mess with. Bring it down here and kind of finish that off. And this time I'm working in the opposite direction. I came this way and now I'm going kind of this way. It's because the purple has, obviously the purple's out here, so I need to push it this way to get it into the image here. Really light colors. They're not super, super vibrant. Just kind of mixing that blue a little bit there. I'm just trying to get that blue spread out now. You can do sections at a time, kind of mixing it up now. It's different than what I did on the other side. And we got to pull that purple in. So pretty, very light. And again, not too much water. You're not trying to obliterate all the lines, but you can, I guess, if you want it to look more like a watercolor. Oh, you see that? And if some of the lines are still too much for you like this, I can still come in and blend some of that out. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit harsh compared to the other lines. Because this is watercolor paper, but I do want to show you something is that you don't have to just watercolor paper. This is Crafter's Companion stamping paper. I had just used it for a review, and then I started messing with these markers, and then I was like, oh, let me try my little goldfish. This is like my go-to stamp from Local King, and so I stamped it, and it was a little bit grainy because I only stamped it once. All I did was come in with some water. I'm like, this looks amazing, you guys. So maybe I'll do a video on this too, but this is just regular paper, and it doesn't look half bad, and especially if you use the dies to cut it out, it's going to have a lot of detail. It's going to look really cute, but pretty cool, right? And this is just regular paper, stamping paper, so don't feel like you have to use this. Now what I'm going to do is grab a little bit of green, like a dark green, I guess. This one's called Turtle Green. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to put it on here on the back of this stamp. Actually, I can put it on my mat too, but I'm just going to put some on here. And I'm going to pick up the color with my water brush. And I'm just going to color in a little bit of the body. Because again, this only has the color that you brought in, right? We put black. And I wanted that on purpose, so that's fine. So pretty. That is a gorgeous color. Okay. And so now just to kind of finish this off, I mean, we can do whatever, so much more. But what I'm going to do is get like this pretty blue color. It's called Bright Blue. Oh, and right now that we're in this is what I mean by a water brush, or it has a different kind of brush. You see it? It's an actual brush. I don't know if you can see the fibers. Okay, so it's not a felt tip. So I'm going to get some of this water, and with a kind of a lot of water, I don't know if I'm squeezing it to make a puddle. And let's just bring some in. And I'm not trying to make this like super perfect. I just want to add some color. So just, and see it's kind of doing something, and that's fine. Super watery. It's coming around the edges. And I'm kind of making it lighter and lighter as I go down. I left it a bit darker up here, so I'm kind of diluting it here more. But you can do whatever you want. If you want it blue, dark blue the whole way around, that's great too. I'm not even squeezing this bottle at this time. I just, whatever I did, I worked it over there. And if that looks a little bit too stark. I'm not trying to fill the whole thing in. I kind of want to leave white space. So that's that. And, you know, you can add a sentiment here. Obviously, once it dries, we add our sentiment. Look at that. It got into the little antenna, and that's fine. I mean, it's art. You can't you can control it so much, right? So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I gave you some tips. These Arteza pens are super cheap. They're on Amazon. You know, I bought them a while back, and the reason I thought they were dry is because if I try to use them, let me see, I'll pick a random one on this paper. But again, this is marker paper, and it sucks in the juice, right? It just, you see that dryness kind of there? But at the same time, maybe it's because the way I'm using it. So if I'm more gentle, see, if I push down, obviously it's a brush, it might, well, that was good. But it opens up and it's not as good, but not bad. I guess, in my mind, I thought they were dry. But they work on these stamps really well. So thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, that's it. It's already starting to dry, and I'll mount it up and have a picture for you guys, and I'll see you all at the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye now.